What is poppin'? It's your girl Nikki, aka Mayhembeauty, your makeup goddess at her best. In today's video, I will be going over a whole full face of drugstore stuff that I got at Walgreens. So everything in the video will be from the drugstore, but of course I will link it down below because you know how I feel about going to the store and getting stuff. You can't never find a lot of stuff, and then you can't find your color, so I will link all the stuff down below where I used it or where I got it from, and then you can get it from there. Other than that, this is my drugstore face, and let's get the tutorial popping. Oh yeah, I also get a little short story time, kinda short story time about the wretched friend from hell. So go ahead and smash the like button and enjoy. So I have picked up quite a few stuff from the drugstore, from Walgreens to be specific. I found everything to do a full face except for the setting powder. So I swear to God that I went to Walgreens and it looked like a complete desert store, girl. It looked like the pandemic was on makeup. The makeup aisle was so damn skimpy. Now I know that NYX makes a setting powder, but that NYX counter was so picked over. It was it wasn't even needed to just look for a setting powder. There was almost nothing there. There was like a handful of like lip stuff and eyeliners, and that was about it. So I know you could get Sacha Buttercup off of, what is it called, Amazon, and I'm sorry, we just gonna have to use some Lord Basur for me to set. That it's just the way it is. This what you get off of Amazon. I'll put a link to this. Everything that it'll be linked because your Walgreens, CVS, or wherever you're gonna go probably looks exactly like mine. It was very empty. I got this Black Radiance True Corrector, which is not exactly orange. It's kind of a more like salmon color. And I told you once before, I use the salmon color because when you're lighter or a fair skin tone, if you're using an orange corrector, that orange shows right through that damn foundation. So it looks like this. This is my first time using this. Usually I use the Maybelline Studio Fix or the Studio, I can't remember. It's up here. But I guess you just squeeze it. Yeah, it comes right out. And I'm going to be concealing these spots I have. Then before that dries all the way down, I'm going to go ahead and blend that all out. So far, so good. Looks pretty good. The whole point of me using this salmon color other than a bright orange is so that it could kind of blend in with my skin tone. You could kind of not see it, but you kind of can. That's what you want. So, not bad. Not bad. Like it. And now I have the Black Radiance. I swear to God, I try to get different brands. And Black Radiance, and I believe Wet n Wild, some of the things in Wet n Wild was the only things I was able to find, like so far as like foundation and setting sprays and stuff like that. So we just go with it, girl. They had some Maybelline, but not in my color, so I'm gonna be using, I don't even know if this is in my color. We'll be using this color right here. I forgot, I don't know where the color is at. I think it's called Allspice by Black Radiance, and we're gonna go ahead and apply that all over my face. Now it comes in an applicator like this, really nice, so you can just put it on your face. So that's what we're going to do here. Quite honestly, this kind of looks like it's been used. Like, for real. It looks like it has been used. Oh, shit. This is why I don't shop at drugstores. I just order from the company itself or online. Because you're bound to always get something that looks like it's been used. And they put that shit back like it ain't nothing. So as I'm applying this, this is literally like my fourth coat over here and right here too. It doesn't cover all that well. And you know what fucking sucks about that? I've had all of these products for at least about 2 months. So I can't even take it back. I have to throw it away. So I'm trying to gently blend it into my skin, and it's working but not. I'm having some issues with this side right here. I think I'm gonna let it dry down some. Not really. My skin tone comes off a little orange, but we gonna make do what it do. Yeah, kind of like, you know, when you have your bad friends who don't mesh well with your skin tone. This is what I got so far with the Black Radiance Allspice. I ain't feeling it. I still had a bit of problems right here in this area, so we'll make do what it do. I will go in with this Laura Mercier and push that into the skin. Maybe it'll balance out some of this orangeness in there, but that's wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying? You know, let me tell you, I got a story for you. So I used to have a friend. We were best friends. And her name was Tamika. Because I told you I'm petty like that. And we're no longer friends. We haven't been friends for, let's say about, I want to say 2 years maybe. We haven't talked to each other. So let me give you the rundown. Me and Tamika was best friends. We used to hang out all the time. But, you know, once you start to notice something about a person, you start to bring it to their attention and all this other shit, and then they act like they don't know shit about it. But needless to say, that I've noticed that every time she would come over my house to visit me, you know, we'll kick it for a little bit. We always got to end up going back to her house so she could spend time with her family, because she had went off to school in Ohio, so, and I was going to school here. So when she had came back, you know, it was fine and dandy the first couple times, I understood, but you know, when you're like a whole year or two in, I mean, and you been kicking it with your family, bitch, why'd you come over? Did you really come over to visit? So I would go back to her house, play cards with her mom and stuff like that and shit like that, until one day she came over again. And she just popped by, which was fine. We were supposed to be best friends. And when she popped by, she always only popped by when she was passing through to go to her other friend's house. And this was like a waiting area for her to go to her friend's house until they got back or got done with what they were doing. So I also noticed that. Then we had went out to eat somewhere, and her friend decided it'd be a good idea to go ditch and dine. So I went to the bathroom. I told them from the beginning that shit was not a good idea. It wasn't a good idea. So I went to the bathroom, and I had a feeling. I was like, you know what? I'm going to come out the bathroom, and them bitches is going to be gone. Needless to say, of course, when I came out the bathroom, them bitches was gone. So I just walked right out the front door because I wasn't paying for all of them. You got me fucked up. I'm sorry. So we crossed the street, and guess who ends up getting caught? The two whose idea it was. I told them dumbasses, I said, this is not a good idea. Just fucking pay. I can pay for my own food, you know, whatnot, whatever. It wasn't that great anyway. We went to some Mexican restaurant. She has a Mexican friend. I forgot her name. I think her name was Misty or some shit like that. And every time Tamika would get around certain people, she would try and act like them other than acting like herself, which I thought was insanely strange. So this is the progress we have been making so far real quick. Had to turn off the camera, my battery about to die. But I'm gonna go into this Perfect Conceal Perfect by Milani, and this is in the color of Natural Sand. Let's hope that this isn't too late, because I told you I had some slim pickings. But where was I, girl? What was I talking about? Oh, the best friend. So they ended up getting caught. Serves them right, because I told them not to do it. And of course, she still talks to that person, which, you know, it's fine, dandy, whatnot, whatever. But my last straw with her is when, let's say, when her grandmother had passed, and she told me about it, and I tried to give my condolences as a best friend, and she told me, well, I really don't feel like talking to anybody. So I said, fine, dandy, whatever. I gave her a couple weeks, and I tried to contact her to see how she was doing, because clearly I already know how her grandmother is doing. I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. So I tried to contact her, try to find out how she was doing. She wouldn't answer the phone, wouldn't answer the phone, wouldn't answer the phone. So I said, okay, I guess she's going through some stuff right now, which, you know, it's fine. I'm gonna change sponges. I don't like that one. So after that, I expected to at least get a, what is it called? An invitation, an invite to the funeral service. Bitch, when I tell you that when I got the funeral service invite, it was through a text message. That's fine and dandy. I've known her for quite a few years. We've been best friends since high school, so, you know, whatever. I didn't find out until the funeral services until the day of, an hour before, right? Tell me what you think about that. The day of, an hour before. That was it for me. I couldn't do it no more. I'm so sure all her other friends probably knew, who didn't even hang around her grandmother like that. I did, though, but, you know, it is what it is. So I didn't go, because what am I supposed to do? Like, show up? Like, I wasn't going to get out of bed. Like, and it was early as hell, too. It was like at 7 o'clock, and I think the funeral services started at 8, so I was supposed to get up, get dressed real quick. You gave me no time to do anything. Nothing. So I'm just like, well, fuck you then. I mean, that's the way you want to be, fuck you. And so one thing I noticed is that this damn concealer dries down super fucking quick. You gotta be quick with this. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more to try and blend those out right here and there. And this time, I ain't gonna wait. I'm just gonna go in, straight in with it. So anyway, a whole year goes by. She calls me on my birthday and was like, hey, but that was before her mother kept asking me to be her friend on Facebook, and I kept denying it because I thought her mother's account was hacked into. This was like the 5th time that I done got an invite or a friend request on Facebook, which I don't use, on Facebook from her mother, so I thought her damn account was hacked, and it was all different accounts. It was never the same account. It's not like she kept requesting over and over and over. They were all from like 5 different accounts. So I called her mother, because I still had her phone number, and was like, yo, did your account get broken into or hacked or something? Because this is like the 5th invite that I have gotten from you in like the past week. So from 5 different accounts. So her mother, I'm gonna go into this Sasha Buttercup. I do like this concealer though. Looks good. Her mother said, oh no, I keep forgetting my passwords, and how have you been, and I missed you. Basically, you know, which was, it was fine, you know. Yeah, I miss you too, whatever and whatnot. So it made me believe that since she, either Tamika has told her only half the truth of what happened and how she acted, or Tamika hasn't told her anything at all. So when she was getting asked about where you are, these are the things that's going through my head, right? Always in my head. So when Tamika got asked where I was, it was, I don't know. She didn't want to talk. I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything. So that's the way I'm thinking that it went down. So I chopped it up with her mother for a short second because, you know, there was nothing else to talk about. And I hung up. And what happened? Voila. I get a phone call from the infamous liar, cheater, non-good best friend herself. So because this looks really good right about now, I'm quite pleased the way it's coming out. I'm going to be using the concealer as an eye primer. I've gotten just, I thought I got two. I guess I only got the one. So I got one of the eyeshadows from, what the hell is this? Rimmel. These purple colors right here. And we're going to be using that. But first I'm going to apply the concealer as a eye primer. So when Tamika had called me, the first thing she said was, oh, hey, happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wow, Tamika, I ain't heard from you in a good fucking minute. And that's the only thing you have to say is happy birthday. I mean, like, thank you for the birthday wishes. But shit, bitch, I ain't talked to your ass in like a year and a half. So she comes to tell me all these stories about woe with her. And, you know, the thing that pissed me off the most was that she kept telling me that, well, my grandmother died. Well, my grandmother died. I understand your grandmother died, but all the situations that I'm talking about, I didn't even bring up the fact about her. I brought it up once about how her grandmother or her grandmother's funeral services, I didn't find out until it was too late. And she said that she had left it up to her mother to contact everybody. And she guessed I didn't get the text message in time enough. So, yeah. Didn't get an apology for that. And that's fine. You know, whatever. I'm like, well, you know, hell, it's a whole year later. So ain't no use about bitching about it now, right? Your grandmother passed. Let's leave it as that. So I go to tell her about a series of events that she has done. Because I felt the need to get it off my fucking chest, bitch. I was getting it off my chest. I had to project it to her. Project the reason why I was feeling the way I was fucking feeling. So the first thing she says is, well, I've done nothing wrong. And I'm like, bitch, if you was here, I'm going to put a little bit more on this eye. Make it like this one. If you was here, I would literally slap the fuck out of you. Like, seriously, like Debo punch you in the fucking face. I was that mad. So at this point, I'm like, started yelling at her, and the only thing she's like, well, I've done nothing wrong. I'm like, you know what? I've done nothing wrong either, because we could go back and forth about this all day. So I never got an apology from her. And the last thing I heard from her before we hung up the phone was, well, you know, I would really like to still be friends. I was like, well, I would like to too. So the first thing she says, well, I'm really tired and I got some stuff to do tomorrow. So I'm going to call you a little bit later. Here we are, a whole nother year later. I heard shit from this bitch. Not like I was waiting for it, because I knew then that that was the end of our relationship. I'm going to go in with this light purple right here, and I'm going to use that as a transition color. So, you know, there were several factors that I knew that the relationship was over. One of them was just her keep telling me that she's done nothing wrong. She's done nothing wrong. You know, she's a Leo. So I kind of expected, why is this color so damn dark? It's a whole lot darker than what I thought it was going to be. Needless to say, that's like, there's only like 3 mattes in here, which is the black color, this color, and this color. All the rest of those are shimmers. So, okay, I can make this work. So, you know, there's been some things that my family has said that, you know, basically they, you know, okay, for one, my family has like, well, you know, I ain't feeling Tamika because, one, she's a weirdo. 2, she's always feeling like, you know, one time she told me that she felt like there was demons in this house. I'm like, my parents at the time was the most Christianest people you could ever get. I highly doubted that you felt some fucking demons in this house. But whatever. So I told her that my mom was like, well, you know, I mean, it's her house. It was my mom's house. So I told her, you know, well, my mom feeling some type of way because you said that there was like, you know, demons in her motherfucking house. So basically she said, don't bring your ass back over here if you feel like there's demons in the house. Then her mother has came to our little shindigs that my mom throws, you know, like Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Invited her when she came back from school. And I asked her, I was like, yo, you know, bring your mom, whatever. I'm pretty sure she would like to go. And, you know, enjoy the food or whatever. Now, if you know me, you know my mother knows how to cook. She's from Oklahoma City. She knows how to cook. So, the first thing her mother does is come in here and say, oh, everything is good, but everything is so rich and and I was like, how fucking rude. Oh my gosh. And then there was Tamika, who was all of a sudden on a goddamn diet trying to lose weight. So she wasn't eating anything at all. She would eat the greens and whatnot and whatever. And I'm like, well, if you're on a fucking diet during the holidays, which is the wrong time to even fucking go on a diet, why even bring your ass to the shindig? Why just stay your ass at home? You could have just politely declined. So why'd you come over? So that's happened between me and her. And you know, my people wasn't too keen about that anyway, so they kind of gave them an attitude. And then there was an instance where I told her just straight up, because I got tired of the bullshit. I was like, you know what? My people really don't like you like that. So since you don't never want to come over and visit me like that, and I'm only a waiting area until all your other friends get done, how about you just don't come over and I would just come to you when I felt like it. So Tamika felt some type of way about that, which, you know, I don't know why. She never really wanted to come over and stay and, you know, visit and whatnot. She's visited a couple of times, but it wasn't a lot of time. So I just decided to go ahead and tell her the truth. You know, my mom ain't feeling you. She ain't fucking feeling you. So don't come over. I'll come to you. So she called my mom, was like, well, you don't like me. And my mom was like, well, Tamika, I mean, you all right. I like you, but damn, some of the shit you be coming over here saying is disrespectful, which is true. So, like, she had the need to call my mom and tell my mom about what the fuck to do over here instead of just staying in her fucking lane. So, I mean, you could kind of just think about it this way. All the stuff that I have told her, which was the dead honest truth, it was all brought up on her. This was all her fucking fault. But, of course, remember, she's done nothing wrong. So this came out darker than what I expected, which is the reasons why I kept it on the outer corners. So now I'm going to go into this teal color with a flat brush right here, and I'm just going to apply that where in the blanky pieces. But you let me know, what would you have done in that situation? I mean, was I wrong? Let me know. Because honestly, it's been a couple years since I've talked to her. I don't even have her fucking number no more. Oh, and I forgot the best thing of all. So during this time that we're not talking after her grandmother had passed, she decided, because my mom was still friends with her on Facebook, she had decided that, let's see, do I like that? We're going to go with this. She had decided that she was going to send my mom a Facebook invitation to one of her housewarming parties. Remember, I said we were not talking, but she writes my mom, knowing that my mother, I would at least think she should know. She knows she ain't fucking stupid. Knowing that my mother would have to ask me for a ride over there because my mom does not drive because of medical reasons, right? So she invites my mom to her housewarming party because I guess she got a house down there and where all the toxic waste was dumped once before. So wow. And she expected, I guess, I don't know what the fuck she expected, to tell you the truth. Like, I don't know if she thought that my mom was going to be like, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and go. Or if she was trying to flex and be like, I got a house and, yeah, and you don't, or some shit like that. But, you know, every time you do something, I'm going to go back into that purple. Every time you try and do something before somebody else, you end up not doing it right, or it ends up all fucked up or whatever else. So yeah. Anyway, she invited my mom to her housewarming party, and on Facebook and whatnot. And then I told her I forgot about that whole part, because that's what drew me over the edge. So I'm like, yeah, Tamika, you invited my mom to your housewarming party knowing good and well that I was gonna have to take her, but me and you wasn't even sitting cool, so why even contact her about that if me and you ain't even fucking cool? That's like disrespectful as fuck. So she said, well, I know you don't like stuff like that, so I didn't feel the need to invite you. Oh Lord, I wanted to beat her ass. She was just pissing me off all the way around. I'm like, I can't handle this. I can't. I can't. So I fucking went off. I was already going through a slew of shit. So, of course, she kept bringing up, well, my grandmother died. And so I had to fucking tell her the truth. I think this look is as good as this is gonna get. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this Maybelline eyeliner, gel eyeliner right here. Let me open it, and then I'll finish the story. Alright, so I got it open, and I gotta do this eye first. So I'm gonna do this eye. I'm not using that damn brush. That brush sucks ass. I'm gonna be using this KVD 07. This is pretty good. Now, I really would like to put some Inglot drops in here. Some Duraline to make it a little bit more liquidy, looser, and not so tightly packed. But I used to use this a few years ago, and it's okay. I like it. It reminds me of Inglot, but Inglot is way darker than this and more creamier. But I'm gonna go ahead and create, wow. I'm gonna go ahead and create a line. My eyeliner, girl. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I need a moment of silence for this. So I went ahead and put on some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Air Volume Mega Mascara. Now I'm going to be applying that on the top and bottom lash. Get something like this. Okay, so now I've used this back in the day, a few years ago. This is the Black Radiance soft powder, finishing powder, which I actually use as like a contour and a bronzer. So on one of these brushes, I'm going to do that. So after she had decided that she was just going to contact my mother about coming to her housewarming party and not even make amends with the person who she was having beef with in the first fucking place, that's the reason why we're not talking. Now, my question is that if she knows she's done absolutely nothing wrong, she wasn't trying to be shady at all, by inviting my mother to her housewarming party before she even invites her best friend, why ain't she called? If she ain't did nothing wrong. If she's done nothing wrong, why ain't the bitch called? Answer me that. Just wondering. Maybe you got an answer for me, because I have none. That had to be one of the most toxic relationships, friendships that I have ever had. And, I keep my circle very, very tight with just my family. Hence the reason of why I'm always doing YouTube videos, because I ain't got no damn friends, because everybody out there is like not friend material. Like, where's the damn friends at? I have nobody to hang out with except for you. And that's good enough for me. Now we have eyebrows to do. So I've gotten this Rimmel Born This Way eyebrow pencil. And we're just going to try and fill those in. I really need to shape them up. They're not looking so hot right now. But you let me know. Was I wrong for calling her all sorts of beaches? I mean, girl, she pissed me off. She pissed me off with that shit. Like, she was trying to do some slick ass shit by inviting my mother to her housewarming party, but not want to make amends with her best friend, which is now an ex-best friend. But, you know, I'm just confused. If she's done nothing wrong, then why in the hell ain't she called? Because somebody who ain't did nothing wrong wouldn't have no guilty conscience, and at least would have called. But, you know, like I said, that was the end of that relationship. Anyway, I wasn't feeling it. She's done too much shiesty ass shit that I'm not even gonna get into that much. I will be using the Russian Volume Kiss Lashes Love Kiss. I am a Kiss girl. All my lashes are Kiss unless I find something on Amazon. I have no problems with Kiss. Now, what we're going to do is we go into this Hello Halo by Wet n Wild, and it is a blush highlighter. It's a blush and a highlighter. And we're going to use this color right here. Damn, you can't even see it. Let's see here. This one. That little peachy color. And on the brush, we're going to apply that on the apples of the cheeks. Sometimes your highlighter got to be so bright that you got to bling out the haters, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, after she had contacted my mother and told me, and my mom actually is the one who told me, that she had invited her to the housewarming party, that's when we had that whole conversation about her mom and all that other shit. I had forgot about that whole other part about her inviting my mom to the party and not even making amends with me, which I just think is really fucking tacky. But you know, whatever. Needless to say, we are not talking, and that's just the end of that. Don't know if she's ever gonna watch this video, if she even still watches, even if she watched at all, because when we was friends, she really didn't watch my shit anyway. So, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Let me know down below if you think I was the one who was wrong, or was she the one who was fucking shiesty. Like, that I like to see it as, was I wrong, or was she wrong, or were we both wrong? It doesn't matter. I just got tired of hearing about, you know, her grandmother was, you know, passed away and stuff. I'm like, bitch, my grandmother passed away too, but when I was going through some shit besides that and some more shit with the ex-boyfriend, you were nowhere to be found. You weren't there. I try to be there for you. It always seems like that you could be there for other people, but you can't. But other people can't ever be there for you. Isn't that what it seems like? I had no friends to talk to get a different opinion or to console in when I was going through that shit. My family, when I was going through the shit with my ex-boyfriend, told me to get over it, he's gone. I mean, like, I had nobody to talk to, so I had to become this person who internalized everything. I've always been like that anyway, to internalize everything, because my family is not the one you want to turn to be talking to, because they will just tell you, well, whatever, he's gone, it's gone, they gone, get over it. Anyway, I have this for the lips. Now, I bought this, and I was going to do a whole review for you. But, being that it was, I didn't particularly care for it, I did not do this. So, yes, you could get this at the drugstore, at Walgreens, CVS, wherever they sell Milani, you could get these. I've seen them there, so I didn't decide to pick up any lip products because I had already had a whole bunch of these ones. Now, to complete this look with the lip stuff, I think I will go into, I always do either brown or red, so let's take it up a notch. Let's be different. Let's hit different today. And let's go into this orange color right here, which is, what is this? 140. And on this card, it says 140 is called Carve. So we're going to apply that for the lips today. It's got the plastic shit on there. Let me open it. I'll be back. Now that I'm done telling you about the ratchet friend from hell, let's go on ahead and talk about all the products that I've gotten. Now, this foundation came off quite orange on me. I don't like the way it covered. I feel like it could have been better, and the fact that I think it was already used. No, I'm throwing this away. I'm sorry. I think it was used. I took one from the team and used it for you so you could see it as a drugstore video, but I ain't feeling it. The eyebrow pencil, I like her. She alright. She cool. I wish that it was skintier at the end, like precisely my brow from Benefit, but she could work as a drugstore brand. It's pigmented. I was able to shape up my brows really nicely. We like her. She's okay. Now, so far as with the, I know I got more shit here. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Oh, the correction for the face. She's okay. I do like my Maybelline Studio in the salmon color, but I like the application that she came with the little brush. A little bit hard to use because you got to squeeze it out and then like mash it all on your face, but she okay. I have no problems with this. I do feel like it could have been better, but if you want a good one, use the Maybelline one. I'll post a picture right here so you can see it. Use that one. I use that one all the time, have no problems. Now, the eyeshadow palette from Rimmel, disappointing. Now, I understand that I used the concealer. Maybe I will give the eyeshadow palette a different chance with a better primer other than with the concealer, but that purple that I used was not as light as I thought it was going to be. It was very dark, so that was kind of misconstruing, but other than that, has too many shimmers, not enough mattes. I would like to see an even balance. It did apply very well, considering I used a concealer, but like I said, I will give this another try with a good primer. Now, for as the Milani Conceal and Perfect, I like her. She's good. She wasn't too bright. She dries down very fucking fast. So it ain't no what I was doing, putting it on there, letting it dry a bit, and then thinking you gonna blend it out. No. Once you put it on, blend it out right away. Don't wait. Don't be talking like I did. She's cool. I liked her. She was alright. Now, with the Black Radiance Soft Focus Bronzer, I have used this once before. I've used this a few years ago. This used to be my go-to. I love her. I like her as a bronzer and a contour. It's not too harsh. It's not too dark. It blends out very well. And you get a lot of it. It is pretty big. So that's a plus. Now, with the Wet n Wild Halo blush and highlighter in one, I'm team extra, but I know the bright blingy highlighter is not in no more, and we're going with a nice subtle one. So this one will give you a nice subtle highlighter. Blush, I don't see it. I don't see the blush. Blush ain't there. Highlighter, see it. Blush, no. I don't see no blush. Sorry. That's it with this one. She's cool. I like her. Then we have the Milani colors. They are very, very sheer. I do not like these at all for as a pigmented lipstick. For a nice natural looking look, they're good for because they're shiny. They'll moisturize your lips as well. But if you're looking for like a full-blown on lipstick, these are not it. They're very sheer and less pigmented as you would think. So yeah. And Kiss lashes, no shit. Well, do I need to say more? Every single pair of lashes that I wear in my videos are all from Kiss, unless that I say otherwise. Other than that, that was, oh no, I'm missing one. This one. I used to use a Maybelline Long Lasting liner because it reminded me of the Inglot one. But Inglot is still my motherfucking jam. I like Inglot. She's black, not as black as she could be, but she's black. It could be better. It could be a lot more creamier. I feel like this is more on the dry side other than it gliding right on. But I know how to fix that with some Duraline by Inglot, the drops, and making that consistency for this liner way more better. other than, oh, and the brush is crap. Don't use the brush out of there. Don't use that damn brush. It's crap. It's garbage. I'll link down a good eyeliner brush, you know, the one everybody love to hate, but she's no longer the face of it. I can't find it no more. She's no longer the face of it, so you should have a problem of getting it. But she alright. She cool. I used to use this back in the day. She's good for beginners. It doesn't move around a lot. And the thing about this is that it dries really quickly as well. So you kind of got to get in there and start just doing it. But you kind of get to take your time because you get to make your lines perfect. And you get to draw them on kind of perfect. And then they don't move. So that's why I say it's pretty good for beginners. Other than that, drugstore stuff, I will only use some drugstore stuff so far as like Milani and their lip products and maybe a couple of highlighters. Actually, Wet n Wild don't do too bad on their highlighters. So I will use Wet n Wild from the drugstore, and I couldn't find no setting powders. So the setting powder I have, that's the ones I'm going to be using. And the brow pencil isn't that bad as well. Other than that, everything else that I would use would come from online other than from the drugstore, and you kind of get slim pickings at the drugstore, so the choice is yours.